You know what these are? These are Glow in the Dark Flake by Barlow's Tackle. I have 6 here. We're going to play with 4 of them in 4 different molds. Then we are going to shut off the lights and see what they look like. First cup is warming up in the microwave, although it is not Bait Plastics 242, which is what we usually use around here. We are going to experiment with the new Barlow's Tackle Plastisol. UPS has hosed me out of my refill on Bait Plastics. Still waiting on that. But I've had this for a while and have not jumped into it, so I'm kind of excited to try it out. I'll let you know what I think of it as well. While that's finishing up, let me show you what colors we're going to be going through. They've got one called Mix, and as you can see, you can't see any colors in it. That's going to be the case for all of these. Blue, green, those 2 only. Purple, orange, those are the 4 we're going to do today. But then they have green all by itself and blue all by itself. Since we're doing blue-green, didn't need to do those. All warmed up and ready to go. Half cup of Barlow's medium durometer. As you can see, it vacked out quite nicely, very clear. I even accidentally took this guy up to 386. New Plastisol, not really used to it, and it turned out, or it held up quite nicely. I'm impressed so far. So let's go ahead and add our flake, which is going to be the only thing that we put in these cups. Reason being, I don't want to taint the glow factor with pigment or dull it in any way. I've never used Glow Flake before, so I'm guessing that this is a good idea. I do know you need to charge it, so whether that's sunlight or like a UV light that you would use for UV resin, anything like that, so we'll definitely do that. But otherwise, we're just going to put flake in this guy and hope that half of a teaspoon for half of a cup is sufficient to get the effect. Tell you what, we'll mix it up. So this one will be half. This is also the mix, Glow Mix. On the next one, we'll do a quarter, then an eighth, and then another eighth. I don't think I want to do any less than an eighth. All of these will be half of a cup. And that's it. We're not adding pigment. We're not doing any of that other stuff. Matter of fact, it's starting to set up. So I'm going to heat that guy up. Then I'll shoot it in one of the 4 molds. I'm probably going to set the rest of this to music because it's rinse and repeat. And you literally see no color until we hit the lights and you see it glow in the test tank. So let's get the music rolling. I'll shoot these guys and then we'll go to the old test tank. All right, well, the colors are done. We will jump over to the test tank here in just a minute. But before then, because I know I'm going to be asked. I thought I'd give you guys my first impressions, sort of a little mini review of the Barlow's Plastisol. Now you guys know that I am a Barlow's affiliate. I love those guys. I'm pretty ruthlessly loyal to Barlow's, but that doesn't mean I can't give you my honest opinion. So I've got likes and some one dislike. So let's start with that one. Basically, it's the smell. So I am used to Bait Plastics 242, the full name for which is actually Bait Plastics 242 Ultra Clear Low Odor. And that I have found to be true. I have used a number of other Plastisols and all of them smell stronger to me than Bait Plastics 242. I'm here in the garage, kids' bedrooms right above. Ventilation is a must, and keeping fumes, keeping smell down is really, really important for my shop. I've talked to other bait makers and they don't care for the smell of Bait Plastics. So it's really each to their own. That's the dislike for me. On the like side, I have a number of them. I abused it on accident, got it way up into the 380s, no impact whatsoever. You guys saw the baits, super stinking clear. It vacuumed well. I've used some plastic where when you put it in the vacuum chamber, the surface tension of the bubbles is thick and they won't coagulate together and come and then burst, and what you get is this like pile of foam on top that you end up having to scoop off. I hate that. This is true, I think, with any Plastisol. When you use a vac chamber, you get it up into the 360s, 370s, and you vac it at that point. The hotter it is, the thinner it is. The thinner it is, the easier it is for those bubbles to kind of gather together because the surface area is thinner as well. So as long as I had it in that 360, 370 range, when I put it in the vac chamber, those bubbles came together quite nicely. I was able to get them all out and you guys saw the results. So it handled heat great, super clear, and it vacked out perfectly. Will I switch over to Barlow's plastic? I told Matt Barlow when he sent me those samples, it's gonna be really, really hard to move me off of Bait Plastics because I've used it for so long. I know it inside and out, and I like it for a lot of different reasons, that smell factor being one of those. So no, I'm not gonna be moving off of Bait Plastics as long as they don't change anything and, you know, it still works for me. But if I wasn't using Bait Plastics, I would say that Barlow's is right up there as a contender because it performed and made the baits quite well. All right, well, I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you were curious what my thoughts were on it, you got them. Now, let's go see some glowing flake. All right, here we go. I'm hoping that those two little guys have enough flake in them. Everybody on? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh yes! Oh yeah! Definitely see the two big guys. I can see the little guy over there on the right. Certainly can see him better in person. I'll see if I can charge up those little ones and give you guys a close-up for them because I can see them in person and they look really sweet. Well, I don't know what you guys think, but I thought that was pretty stinking cool. Be sure to tell me what you think down in the comments. I'll be reading those as always. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I do appreciate you coming along for the journey. And until the next build, see you guys in the shop.